Scream 2 follows the character of Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell, and the other survivors of the Woodsboro massacre at the fictional Windsor College in Ohio, where they are targeted by a copycat killer using the identity of Ghostface. Like its predecessor, Scream 2 combines the violence of the slasher genre with elements of comedy, satire, and whodunit mystery while satirizing the cliche of film sequels. So yeah, this is written by Kevin. This is written by Kevin Williamson, and Williamson provided a 5-page outline for a sequel to Scream when auctioning his original script, hoping to entice bidders with the potential of buying a franchise. Following a successful test screening of Scream and the film's financial and critical success, Dimension moved forward with the sequel while Scream was still in theaters, with the principal cast all returning to star. Craven, back to direct, and all the cast and crew members, most of them, a majority of them, came back. And the guy and who composed this music? Let me see, Marco Beltrami. Anyway, he came back to provide the music, to come back and provide the music for this. And yeah, this film faced, when it initially came out, it faced controversy following its significant issues with plot information leaking onto the internet, revealing the identity of the killers. The plot information was leaked onto the internet back when it first came out. I don't know the exact year that internet was created or invented, if you will. And it's pretty much spoiled the plot and the identities of the new Ghostface killers. But it doesn't really matter because we will be delving into slight spoilers. This movie came out in 1997, so you guys had plenty of time. Combined with the film's rushed schedule, the script was rewritten. Often pages were sometimes completed on the day of filming. And so yeah, released just 1 year after the original, Scream 2 came out in 1997, and it's widely regarded as one of the best horror sequels ever made. It successfully applies its own rules of a sequel: bigger set pieces, a higher body count, and more elaborate suspense, while maintaining the meta commentary and wit that made the first film a hit. But yeah, this Scream 2, ladies and gentlemen, is a rare feat for a horror follow-up. I love, and many people, including myself, love this movie for being smarter and more polished than the first. Even though it feels like it lacks the raw shock of the original debuts. Digging and breaking it all down, like the meta factor, while the first film satirized, the horror tropes, Scream 2 satirizes the nature of sequels. The first, this movie makes a meta joke. This movie makes, this not just this movie, but this whole franchise, makes commentary and meta jokes. But here we talk about this movie's talking about sequels and of the original one, which was successful. And now here we are. The introduction of Stab, the movie within a movie, follows the film to critique how the media turns real life tragedies into entertainment. And Wes Craven's direction is the highlight. His direction increased the suspense, specifically the sound studio chase with Gale and the police car escape sequence, which is just a masterclass in tension. And the cast, they all bought their A game. The return of the core four, Sidney, Dewey, Gale, Randy, They all, they it provides the cast was able to provide an emotional anchor that many slashers lack. I mean, Nev Campbell's performance is just singled out. Like, it's a portrayal of a survivor dealing with trauma rather than just a final girl. And diving into the pros and the cons, the pacing is excellent. Okay, when talking about the pros, the pacing is excellent. A tight direction keeps the 2 hour one time moving, and the script is smart. Kevin Williamson's dialogue remains sharp and self aware, and also the high stakes. The death of a fan favorite character proved that no one was safe. Unfortunately, there are some issues that I have. The killer reveal, like, I felt like, I don't know about you guys, but Billy and Stu, there's no Ghostface killers that will, ever beat Billy and Stu, including these schmoes. Like, the killers' identities in this movie and their motives are slightly less impactful than Billy and Stu, and there are some logic gaps. Some sequences, like the car crash, require a heavy suspension of disbelief. Like, wait a minute, if the car crash sequence, like, wait a minute, like, logically and realistically, that's not how a car crash would. Anyway, whatever, just throw suspension out the window, the disbelief, whatever, just let it pass. But yeah, there's that. And also, this movie has less gore. Ironically, I felt like, some sequences were less visceral than the first, because it focused more on suspense than the violence. But anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say for Scream 2. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, everyone, for taking time to listen to my review. My thoughts on Scream 2. Please like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe, because that will help me and my YouTube channel out a lot. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.